Hello, I'm Gustavo Perez, and this is my informative speech about depression. How many young souls and even older souls have been affected by depression? Let me tell you, that number worldwide is 3.4%, which correlates to 264 million people worldwide. Hello, I'm again Gustavo Perez. In my speech, I will be discussing the topic and the process of going through depression. This will be an informative speech, yet a reflective speech as well. For depression, it isn't really easily caused, as I can say so for myself. I've dealt with multiple deaths and other depressing things, as you can say, in my life. But research on depression done by Beyond Blue explains the causes for depression, as said, are it's complicated and there are multiple causes of major depression. Factors such as genetic vulnerability, severe life stressors, substances you may take, such as medications, drugs, and alcohol, and medical conditions can affect the way your brain regulates your moods. In simpler words, it means it changes your brain. Briefly, I will discuss the four reasons for depression, which are any type of abuse, medications, conflict, and lastly death are the four main causes of depression. Also, why depression? What makes it so devastating to so many young and older souls? What changes depression and what causes it to your brain? According to Healthline.com, here are some of the mental changes depression can cause to the brain, such as persistent feeling of sadness and hopelessness, lack of interest in most activities, including the ones you once enjoyed, decrease in appetite, accompanied by extreme weight loss or weight gain, sleeping too much or too little, restlessness, fatigue, excessive or inappropriate feelings of guilt and worthlessness, making difficult life decisions, and thinking and concentrating too much, such as overthinking, multiple thoughts of death or suicide, or even worse, a suicide attempt. As a student with depression, as well as my older sister having depression earlier on in her lifetime before my passing of my dad, I can confirm these studies and these different behavior changes. The biggest change I see in myself is the lack of interest, and I lost my hunger to be successful, and my massive interest in school, especially because I loved math. I wanted to become a math teacher or professor in my lifetime. As depression hits you every day, life seems harder to enjoy every day as it starts to wear and tear on you, and you feel like you just need a break. And now with my final point on depression is on how to get out of this funk, as you can say, of depression. According to the Jefferson Center, the way you can tell the difference between sadness and depression however, the difference between sadness and depression is usually the sadness takes a little time, while depression is a mood disorder that can appear without any specific cause and last for 2 weeks or more. The Jefferson Center also states depression can take between 2 to 6 weeks for it to come down. Not to be over, but to come down. I say this is generally when I realized I had to get out this funk, because life keeps moving and moves fast with or without you. It wasn't until I took time away from being with myself and just reflected on how much I have let go of my passions, such as school. I had to reflect on myself and look at my school and my grades and how low my grades were. I was disappointed with myself. It wasn't until I started getting prescribed these antidepressants with natural medications in them that helped me release some of the stress and sadness. But unfortunately, I believe I'm too late and I have missed so much work. I am now concluding to the end of my informative speech, and I have to say this informative speech comes with a real story and how accurate these studies were. So please remember, depressive episodes can be devastating to one's mind, yet to one's life. It can change anyone's life in an instant, but cause such a rupture in your lifetime. With that all, I am Gustavo Perez, and this was my informative speech.